I saw a video just today on Mauritius. It was a residency by investment program that a guy did on YouTube. And he went through all the positives, but he threw out all the negatives. And it really blew my mind because this passport, if you just look at the positives, you would be totally sold on this passport. But I'm going to give you the negatives today to show you that this definitely it should be off your agenda as far as a list for getting a second passport or even a first passport. Also, folks, if you want to legally get around your high income taxes or how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do three things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And number two is I would like to hear from you if you got a question or comment, put it below. Number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Now, these are the things that you should be looking for when you're getting a second passport. You need to find a program that allows dual citizenship. Okay, this is real important. I can't overemphasize this. If a country won't allow dual citizenship, I'm telling you, they're trying to control you. If you ever have a problem and you have one passport and you leave that country, all that country's got to do is choose to not renew the passport or cancel it. And then you're stranded. You can't go anywhere. And another thing, too, is if you renew a residency program abroad, you leave that country that you got that first passport in that won't allow dual citizenship, you move to a different country, eventually that residency in that other country is going to expire. You're going to have to renew it. Guess what? You're going to have to use a current passport. If you got a problem, that country you got a problem is not going to issue you that new passport. Okay, this is the problem with having one passport. Okay, and countries. I mean, if you're going to go with a country that doesn't allow dual citizenship, why not go with Singapore? Singapore's got, as far as visa-free travel, they got one of the best. I would never want that passport because they control you. They will not allow dual citizenship. This is the key thing I would be looking at. You also want to get a passport you can get quick. These residency by investment programs, folks, I've told you over and over again, most of them, I'd say 90% of them don't work in conjunction with the time period that they advertise. Panama is a good example. It's just Panama is a real bad case, which I'm going to mention in just a minute before I get to Mauritius. But tax is another issue. If you look at the flag theory on my website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, look at the top part, which has got flag theory. You need to be getting a second passport and a pure tax saving. This way, if you choose to live in that country and you do business locally, you don't pay any income tax. I always like to use St. Kitts as the golden standard because it just checks all the boxes. No income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. Allows dual citizenship. It's English speaking. You can get the passport as quick as 45 to 60 days. And it's predictable passport, and the residency by investment programs are not predictable, okay? There are only a few handful of countries that have residency by investment programs that are predictable. I would say Ireland, UK, even the U.S. through the EB-5 is not predictable. Another good one would be Australia. But all of these are high-tax countries. These are countries that most of our people are moving away from. They don't want to be in those type countries. Okay, it just so happens that a lot of these residency by investment countries that have type, real good tax laws, they're unpredictable in the residency by investment programs. This is you get one and you lose it on the other end. That's the problem that you have. There are exceptions to that. Ireland is one of the few that you can get your taxes close to zero. Allows dual citizenship. You can get the passport, pretty predictable time period. But that investment visa they've got now, they're ending. So they do have another program, but you have to hire so many people. That program is really not as good as the program they had before. But anyway, let's get back on Mauritius. I'm going to go through and tell you why this passport is good visa-free travel, but it's an awful overall passport. You don't want to get it. But before I tell you that, let me just tell you a mistake I made years ago, okay? I took a newspaper, it was called International Living in the Sovereign Society back in about 1998, and they were promoting Panama big time, okay? That was their big promotion, was Panama. And this is before pretty much the internet. So we used to get these newsletters through the mail. And I looked at it and I would read it all the time, and they were just beefing up Panama all the time. Territorial tax system, it had great weather. It had all the things I was looking for. You could get the passport, you could apply for it in 5 years. But what I found out was a lot of the stuff they were telling you, they weren't telling you all the facts. Number one, you can apply for the passport in 5 years in Panama. You won't get it. It'll take you at least 10 to 15. I've seen people be there for 15 years and still not get the passport, okay? They didn't tell me about that. They also didn't tell me I had to pass a Spanish test. They also didn't tell me I had to relinquish my other passports. These are things I learned when I got there. I also found out I couldn't do my business, okay, because I wasn't a citizen of Panama. These are other things they didn't tell me I learned when I got there, okay? And there's certain businesses Panama will not let you do unless you're a citizen of Panama. These are things you really have to check on. And when you see a video that pumps up a country and all they've got is positives, like, it's got good visa-free travel. The tax laws are fairly good as long as you don't have a business in the country. They left out all the bad things, okay? And I'm going to go over those with you. Now, I want to just tell you there are a few advantages of a Mauritius passport. It could be for some people, okay? If you're in a situation where, for instance, that you don't care about getting a second passport, because this is one of the biggest disadvantages of the passport in Mauritius is they don't allow dual citizenship. Okay. Now I'm going to have somebody that's going to send me some. Oh, Tom, I see where they do. Well, they do, but they really don't. Okay. If you're born in, most of the people I'm talking to are not going to apply to the exception. Okay. And the exception is if you're born in Mauritius, then that is an exception. But if you're getting naturalized, no, it's not. Okay. And even people that are born there, if the country you're getting a second passport does not allow dual citizenship, they won't even allow it in that instance. So even if you're born in Mauritius and you want to get an Indian passport, India does not allow dual citizenship, so they won't even allow it in that instance, okay? You're breaking their law if you do that. So, and this is the thing, like I mentioned to you before, visa-free travel is one thing, but you want to look at all the different facets that I talked about that you need to look for, which is at the beginning of this video. These are the things that you want to be looking for. Now, another thing, too, is that they don't have a citizenship by investment program in Mauritius. They've got a residency by investment program, and it's in Africa, folks. This is going to be like the Caribbean. It's going to be like Central America. You put in the 5-year period to get the residency. And after 5 years, when you apply for the citizenship, you're not going to get the passport. I'm telling you. Okay, how long it'll take you? It depends on who's in office and how quick they are in immigration department. But I'm telling you, they don't go by the statutory periods. But irregardless of that, they don't allow dual citizenship. That alone would keep me away from the country. I mean that's a big no-no right there. And one thing too, I look at. If you're going to be looking for a passport and you want to get it quick, why not go with a fast-track program and pick the best? St. Kitts has got more visa-free travel. To give you an example, Mauritius has got the second best passport as far as visa-free travel in Africa. Seychelles, I think, is number 1. But even with that passport being number 2, you can only St. Kitts has 16 more visa-free countries that you can go to, either visa-free or visa-free on arrival. And St. Kitts doesn't have an income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. And just the tax savings on what you would get on that versus Mauritius. And not just that, but the fact St. Kitts doesn't care if you have 10 other passports, okay? That's total freedom, folks, when you are allowed to get as many passports as you want. You don't want any government trying to control you. They're going to control you, I'm telling you, if you are not allowed to get dual citizenship. This is a key factor that you want to look at. Folks, if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, again, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We got right at 900 videos. You'll get new videos automatically by hitting the subscribe button here. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.